What's going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you and bring you a clip with Candace Owens and Marc Lamont Hill. And they're talking about the whole transgender movement. And Candace asked him a very fundamental question. If you're pregnant, what are you? Only one type of person can become pregnant out of men and women. A woman. Doesn't matter what you identify as. You are a woman if you're pregnant. And they kind of go back and forth, man. But it's really kind of scary to see just how far this super woke left is taking us. They're taking us to a place where everything is subjective and nothing is real. And up is down and down is up and right is left and left is right. That's where they're taking us, man. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks.
I'm not going to do that. It is, because not only is it a request, you can now get in trouble in certain states
that's not
for misgendering someone.
The request of the trans community is not that I'm actually a man, but I want you to pretend I'm a woman. The argument of the trans community, which I agree with, is no, I am a woman. And so I want you to revert me.
But you're not a woman. So that's the problem. So this is what I say is now you've asked me to take on your mental disorder, right? So I am okay with the fact the argument from my uncle who thinks he's a Native American from a certain tribe is that this is what he thinks. He thinks, but he's not. Okay, so I'm not then to say to me that argument is valid because he thinks it. No, just because you think something doesn't make it real. Okay,
but that's exactly what gender is. Gender is exactly about an experience and a.
Yeah, we gotta be honest, man. Just because you want to claim to be something doesn't mean you want the thing. So the community, the transgender community that wants to say, you know what, I am a woman, or because I identify as being a woman, does not make them a woman. Not at all. And we gotta be honest with that. We gotta be frank with that, man. We can't be all over the map with that kind of stuff, man. And no, if a man is born a man, even if he gets everything chopped off below the waist, that doesn't make him a female. It doesn't make him a female. Even if he gets everything chopped off, gets on hormone blockers and hormone treatment or whatever, and puts on a dress, that does not make him a female. It does not make him a woman. It never will. So yeah, words have meanings. That's why trans woman, whatever. That's fine. Trans woman, which means man. But to call them an actual woman? Oh.
Performance and a social construct.
It's not a social construct. Stop saying a social construct. To say that words don't have meaning and they're socially constructed means nothing. And I'll tell you why.
They are.
But you say that, but then
This wasn't always a book.
Okay,
this could be called mug.
So then you know what it is? Our entire discussion about Black America meant nothing. There's no such thing as racial injustice. You see what I did there? Because Black is a social construct.
Yeah, but we live in a social reality. So within that social reality...
It can't be both, Mark. So you either think that the gender wage gap is BS, that feminism is wrong, and that racial disparities are all BS because everything's a social construct. You're either going to go full postmodernist and say nothing is real and it's all made up, or you're going to acknowledge that there are some hard, concrete truths. If there are hard, concrete truths, you and I are Black, okay? That's not going to change because we wake up and we decide, you know what, today I'm white and it's just how I feel, and today I'm Chinese. No. You and I are Black, okay? We are acknowledged as Black people. We're sitting down as Black people. I am a woman. You are a man, okay? Now, if I want to wake up tomorrow and say I'm a man, you want to say you're a woman and we want to play the crazy game, we can do that. To then say all of society now is to pretend that it was all a social, no, it was a social contract. You were born a male. I was born a female.
Yes, that's a sex.
We are Black. Okay, it's a color though. Black it's a word that we use to say a sex. Female is a word that we use that has a meaning.
Yes,
it means you are born with a vagina. You can have children. You have a uterus. When you are a male, you are born with a penis. You can get a woman pregnant. These words have real meanings. We cannot suddenly get into society where there are no truths.
So to acknowledge a social construct does not mean that we ignore biology, and it doesn't mean that we don't have.
Can men get pregnant?
Depends. I know.
What does it depend on?
I know trans men that can get pregnant.
That means it's a woman. Only one sex can get pregnant.
That's a circular argument.
No, I mean, seriously, Mark. Only women can get pregnant. If a person gets pregnant, by matter of fact, they are a woman. That's what they are. You can bend things and to try to make things fit with words all you want. But that is what that is. Only a woman can get pregnant. Sorry, Mark.
Real argument. It's proving my thing. There is a truth, a concrete truth. You have to be born with a uterus to have a baby. Only women can get pregnant. The fact that we've arrived in a society
right, that's the part I'm disagreeing with. That's the part I'm disagreeing with.
There's nothing to disagree with it. These are facts. So you can say that this person who is pregnant identifies as a man. That person was born a woman. I can tell you that every single time because only women can have sex because there are concrete truths about life.
Have babies.
Can have babies, pardon. And that is a hard truth about life. You cannot make that go away because you want to call somebody who has a beard and dresses like a dude a woman. Only if it's pregnant, I can tell you exactly what it is. It's a woman.
So I'll give you, let's go back to the social construct thing, because then it'll answer the thing you just said. I'm not ignoring what you just said. I want to tie it together. So the idea of, my point was that a social construct doesn't ignore physical realities, right? The social construct is about how we as a society make sense of those physical realities, right? So for example, you said we're black. Sure, right? I'm trying to think of, you pick a light-skinned black person, right? They're black, right? We'd agree on that. Mm-hmm. Now let's go to the Dominican Republic. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the PR. Let's go to Puerto Rico. Let's go to Jordan. Let's go to Iraq. Let's go to Sudan. Let's go to Ghana, right? And let's go to South Africa. I'm picking these places very specifically because they have different racial logics and racial paradigms. And what it means to be black here, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a universal blackness. Right? That in Dominican, there might be 5 different other racial categories, right? And there are some light-skinned black folk here who, when they go to Ghana, get basically seen as white, right? Because of how we socially construct it. Doesn't mean my biology changed. Doesn't mean my physical.
Okay, right here, this guy is using he's using a false equivalency. He's using a very disingenuous argument right here. He's saying, that people, a light-skinned black person here might be seen as black, but over in, Uganda or wherever, they might be seen as white, or they might be seen as something else. Yeah, okay, that's a false equivalency. We're talking about gender. We're not talking about race. And he's trying to make the argument through social constructs. No, the thing is, it wouldn't matter what color your skin is. Pretty much everywhere in the world can identify whether or not somebody's a woman or a man by looking down between their legs. And I hate to say it, I hate to be gross, but that is the truth. Except for America, except for, these woke nations, you can tell what a person is by looking between their legs. Even if they're all dressed up and they want to pretend they're something else, they can tell what that person is. They can look down and say, okay, that person's penis. They're male. And again, man, it wouldn't matter ultimately if a person lost their penis or their breast or whatever due to an accident or due to being chopped off. It doesn't matter. They still are what they are. There's no denying a person is what they are. They are what they were born as. Gender wasn't assigned at birth. It was noted at birth. It was observed at birth. We observed that. The doctor observed it. He noted. He didn't assign. And that's where the craziness really is kind of getting out of control.
Reality change, but how society engages this stuff is what makes it a social construct. So similarly, when it comes to, so I'm not ignoring the realities of race. So with race and racism in America, and then I'm going to take it back to the gender thing. When it comes to race and racism in America, it's, yes, biologically, we're all the same, right? Black people, white people, there's an infinitesimal difference between a black person and a white person in terms of our genetics, right? This is superficial stuff. But that's a biological reality, right? It's a biological fact, right? Just like as biologically true as me being born with a penis, right? But the truth is, but the idea that there's social meanings attached to that blackness that make people fear me, or that make people think that that person's life is worth more because they're white or whatever, those are social meanings that are arbitrary and different. So to acknowledge social constructs doesn't mean you ignore biological realities.
But you just did that when you said that men could give birth.
So similarly, what I'm saying is that I'm not denying the biological reality of maleness, of the genitalia we're assigned at birth and what we can do with those body parts. I'm not denying that. That's a biological reality. Again, the social meaning I'm attaching to it is what I'm saying is more complicated.
But it's not complicated. Can men give birth?
Sometimes. That's my answer. Yes.
And the answer, that is crazy. And this is, we cannot.
Guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video right here. But yeah, I mean, this Marc Lamont Hill, man, he is just totally off the rails, man. Again, this stuff is just, I mean, he's used a bunch of words to try to convince people of something, but it's actually said nothing. Nothing at all. You know, all he's done is try to confuse things by saying, you know what? Well, a light-skinned black person in Uganda might be seen as white or whatever. We're here, they might be seen as black. Like that somehow ties everything together and makes the argument, and you know, it doesn't make an argument. It doesn't tie anything together. Again, man, you're talking about something totally different than gender. You're talking about how somebody sees race, which might be subjective. But I guarantee you, wherever in the world you go, except for America and whatever woke nations there are out there, but you go pretty much anywhere in the world, and you have somebody, what is that? Is that man or woman? And that person has a big old wiener. They're a man. They're a man, like Austin Powers would say. They're a man. They're a man. It doesn't matter how much makeup they want to put on, how much hormone therapy they want to get. And even if they got that thing chopped off, they would still be a man. They would be a man that appears to be more of a woman. Like, again, man, if I get everything chopped off and I got hormone therapy and I put a dress on, first of all, I'd be ugly as hell. But the thing is, I would still be a man. I would just appear to be more womanly, but I would still be a man. Again, it goes down to my very bones. 1,000 years after I die, they can dig up my bones and they can do an analysis on my bones. And they'll say, you know what? This person was a man when they were alive. That's truth. That's truth at its very core. Again, you can change the appearance of something and claim, you know what? No, it's not. It's whatever we want to claim it to be. You can change the appearance. And it might make it look more like something else, but it's still not. It's still not that thing. So, but the thing is, man, the trans community, they want their mental illness, and that's what that is, to be given to us. We have to somehow buy into their lie. Like we have to somehow participate in their lie, in their disorder. We got to participate within that. And really, man, it goes down to their very ego. You know, because I want to be called something that I'm not. You got to call me that too, or I'm going to throw a fit. I'm going to cry. You hurt my feelings. So, get over it. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. You are not that thing. Nobody has to buy into what you want to identify yourself as. No one has to buy into that. No one at all. So again, it goes down to the very ego of people. They want to claim to be something to satisfy themselves. They want to claim to be something, and you better buy into whatever they're selling. And if you don't buy into it, there's something wrong with you. You're a bigot. You're a transphobe. You're a whatever. No, you're not. But again, they got to have you tell them, affirm to them what they are, what they want to claim to be. They want you to affirm that to them, because if you don't, it'll somehow crush them, destroy them. Maybe, again, those people need help in so many different ways. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks. You son of a.